Playoff hockey is no stranger to heart-stopping moments, but nobody was prepared for the dramatic scene that unfolded in Game 1 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers. What started as a tense post-season battle was suddenly overshadowed by an alarming injury to Leafs goaltender Anthony Stolarz's. After a collision that left fans and players holding their breath, Stolarz's was rushed to the hospital, leaving the Leafs scrambling, the Scotiabank Arena in shock, and the entire hockey world watching for updates. Now, with news that Stolarz's has been released from medical care, let's break down every angle of this high-stakes story, from the hit to what comes next for Toronto in their Stanley Cup chase. The incident that stunned Toronto in playoff hockey. Every second is fraught with risk, but nobody anticipated the chaos that would unfold midway through the second period. It all started when Anthony Stolarz's, manning the net for the Leafs, was struck on the head by an elbow from Florida Panthers forward Sam Bennett. Initially, Stolarz's managed to stay in the game, showing the grit that defines the postseason. But beneath the mask, the damage had already been done. As the Leafs set up for a power play, Stolarz's began feeling unwell on the bench, prompting immediate concern from the team's medical staff. Their quick response was critical, as Stolarz's soon exited the ice for further evaluation, a moment that immediately cast a pall over the playoff excitement. Escalation and emergency, Stolarz's leave. The arena confusion gripped the arena as fans wondered about the extent of Stolarz's injury. Jay Rosehill of the Nation Network was the first to report the shocking sight of Stolarz's being wheeled out of the Scotiabank Arena on a stretcher during the third period, then transported to a local hospital for a comprehensive assessment. Suddenly, the focus shifted from the game's outcome to the health of Toronto's playoff goaltender. In the context of the Stanley Cup playoffs, where a hot goaltender can define an entire series, this was a colossal blow to the Leafs' strategy and their psyche. Wall answers the call, a backup's gritty debut, the sudden emergency thrust back Joseph Woll into the playoff spotlight for the first time since April 17. On paper, it was a daunting act. Jump cold into the pressure cooker of a playoff game against the reigning Stanley Cup champions, no. But Woll showed the composure and determination Toronto fans needed to see. He stopped 17 of 20 shots and helped secure a crucial victory on home ice. We didn't know what happened, but we have all the faith in the world in Joe, defenseman Morgan Riley told reporters. You don't want anyone leaving, but we have faith in our team and our play. I thought Joe came in and played well. Behind Woll, rookie Dennis Hildeby suited up as the emergency backup, ready for whatever came next in this chaotic challenge. It was a true next-man-up scenario, and Toronto delivered Bennett's hit and controversy. No penalty, no suspension. Playoff hockey has its own rulebook when it comes to physicality, but the hit that sidelined Stolarz's quickly sparked controversy. He crossed the line. Despite the clear elbow to the head, Sam Bennett faced no penalty on the play, and according to early reports, isn't expected to receive any additional discipline from the NHL. The lack of action infuriated Leafs head coach Craig, who made his feelings perfectly clear in his post-game press conference. We weren't happy there was no call, Berube said with frustration. Strong opinions from fans, analysts, and media soon followed, many arguing that the NHL missed an opportunity to reinforce player safety standards, especially when the stakes are this. For now, the message is clear. Toronto will have to channel their frustration into their game, not expect help from the league. Stolarz's season. Strong start, sudden setback for Anthony Stolarz's. The timing could not have been. The netminder was enjoying an impressive start to his postseason, with a 4-2 record, 0.901 save percentage, and a stingy 2.21 goals against. Against his former team, the Panthers, he had stopped 8 of 9 shots before the injury cut his night. The potential for a deep playoff run was building, until disaster. Fortunately for Toronto and hockey fans everywhere, knew after the game that Stolarz's had been released from the hospital. He is now home, resting with. The team is breathing a bit easier, but lingering questions remain about the true severity of his injury and how soon the Leafs can expect. Look, uncertainty in net as Game 2. Game 2 on the horizon, Toronto faces immediate uncertainty. All indicators suggest Joseph Woll will start, giving the young goalie a chance to build on his strong relief performance and potentially establish himself as a playoff hero. Dennis Hildeby will serve as the Leafs hold out hope for a swift recovery. Coach Berube and his players are putting a brave face on the situation, drawing on the unity and belief that has powered them all. But there's no denying that the Leafs' Stanley Cup run now hinges on Woll's ability to step up and on the hope that Stolarz'S absence. Leafs rally, but goaltending future is in the balance. Toronto's playoff story took a dramatic and frightening turn with Anthony Stolarz'S injury, but there is relief in his discharge from the hospital and optimism in Joseph Woll's strong. As the series continues, all eyes are on the crease, and on a team determined to turn adversity into play. How are you feeling, Leafs fans? Do you trust Joseph Woll to rise to the occasion? Should the NHL have punished Bennett for his... Share your thoughts in the comments and hit that like button if you're standing behind the Leafs as they chase Stanley. Stick with us for all the latest updates, highlights, and playoff drama.